What's up guys and welcome back to On the Brick. Sorry that this video was late, I was not able to upload it yesterday. I hope you don't mind though, because today I have two minifigs for you. These are Jack and Jane Shepard from Mass Effect, and they come provided by minifigs.me. I need to send a huge thank you to them as they did provide these minifigures for free. I will be making a full Let's Talk About video about them shortly, but in the meantime, if you want to check them out, a link to them will be in the description down below. I've said this before and I'll go ahead and say it again, Mass Effect is one of my favorite game trilogies plus one of all time. I recently replayed through all of them and will happily do so again in the future. And when I finished playing them, I immediately wanted to buy any Mass Effect characters that I could, so I was quite happy when I came across these two. Now, one thing about Mass Effect that you may or may not know is you can actually customize your characters. There's not too much customization, it's really just changing the color hue of your armor or what kind of armor you wear, but I bring that up really just to show that these are the default options of your characters. The thing you do have a little more control over is the physical appearance of your character, at least the head, and again, these are the default options of both Jack and Jane. Now, while this isn't my favorite minifig by any means, I do still really like it. I know that it's all gray, which is always kind of weird to work with, but I do love and appreciate how you can still tell the difference in the layers of the armor and in the different details. It doesn't all just blend or mesh together. I always appreciate seeing the depth in the characters. You know, if I'm paying the prices for custom minifigs, I would love to see the effort put into it, and I do think we get that here. Especially because the two minifigs are not exactly the same, there are differences between them. While they are very identical, and that's just how it is in game, there are differences between the two. Now, really quick, for those of you who don't know, these are not siblings, this is not a brother or sister situation, this is an either or. You play as either Jack or Jane. They are technically the same person, just depending on who you choose to play as. I'm only throwing that in now because I forgot to say it earlier. Now, back on the armor, the backside is exactly identical, and that makes sense. There's no reason for this to be any different. And again, I think it looks really cool. The red here definitely accents out from the rest of the gray. But we are going to come back to this in just 1 second. These minifigs are 360-degree printed. They have printing on both the sides of the legs, the torso, and on the arms as well. But unfortunately, if I move the minifigure around just a little bit, you can see that the printing just doesn't line up. Now, I have seen significantly worse than this, but it is still disappointing to see how slightly off it is. And if I switch to the Jane Shepard minifigure, it is much more noticeable. By the looks of it, it seems that the printing on the sides of the legs are just ever so slightly too high. This gray area on the bottom just shouldn't be there. When you're looking at this just in real life and not super zoomed in on a camera, it's barely noticeable, but when I take these minifigs and do these reviews, I do notice these things, and so I want to bring it up. But finishing off the specialty printing here, the sides of the arms are different. I've just put the two minifigs together to show you this. One side has a gray stripe and one has a red stripe. It's nice. And weirdly enough though, the heads are probably my least favorite part of these minifigs. I just don't think that they do anything special. They're not bad or horrible by any means at all. They are completely serviceable and do the job just fine. And to be completely honest, I think it's because I do personally change the appearances to better reflect what I would like, and it's just not this. But these are pretty good representations of the default characters. Jack is perfectly fine. I would change the hair of Jane, but there's only so much you can do with that. Overall, I do really like these characters and I am very happy to have them. Hopefully more people can make more Mass Effect minifigs, because there are so many that could be done, so seriously, someone get on it, please. Again though, huge thanks to minifigs.me for sending me these minifigures. Link to that will be in the description down below, as well as an affiliate link if you want to support the channel. Guys, I have struggled so much to talk today. Remember to like this video if you liked what you saw, and subscribe for future custom minifigs. Thank you to all of my patrons, especially Shiny Mimikyu, and I'll see you all in the next one.